Bonjour! In our last episode, we uncovered a lot of interesting things in this bedroom, which we've been calling the fancy one. We're curious to find out how old this part of the house is, and many of y'all seem to be as well. There was a lot of interesting discussion in the comments, and one major question answered. So thank you to everyone who joined in.
Salut.
We're Beth,
And Patrick.
and we're moving to France. We're transforming an old townhouse into our home and an artsy event space.
So come on along.
These metal plaques were identified by some savvy viewers as plaques de notaire that date back to the Second Empire, which was during the years 1852 to 1870. That tracks because we were told that the house had been a notaire's house. This auction site shows a plaque that looks identical to ours, which sold for €1,000. Of course, we have no plans to sell these. They'll stay here in the house. It says that it was made from gilded embossed copper. One of the two that we have is much more tarnished than the other and has a bit of a green patina, so perhaps that one hung on the outside of the building and the shiny one was kept inside? Yet another question to add to our long list.
Aside from the plaques, we don't know anything really definitive about the house's history yet, but we'll tell you as soon as we find out. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at the tiny bathroom in the center of this room. It's seen much better days, and it's time for a refresh. As you saw last time, this room has a typical late 18th century style bed nook. The little room on the side of it could have been a dressing room, or who knows really, but at some point after modern plumbing was invented, it was turned into a bathroom.
I've already started the demolition. I removed the small stuff like the glass shelf above the sink and the towel bars, but then there was a small snag. I couldn't actually remove the TARDIS.
That's right. We jokingly refer to this shower as the TARDIS. Early on, I was calling it the coffin. It's very small, and also there's no way to see out, and I'm very claustrophobic. So this is a hard no from me. So Patrick started calling it the TARDIS to make it seem cuter. But the shower is most definitely not bigger on the inside. My fellow Doctor Who fans get me.
So back to removing the TARDIS. In the States, the sink would have a water shutoff valve. The shower would have its own water shutoff valve. But here they don't. I needed to see what was going on behind the shower. So I wanted to take the doors and the side panels off. But frustratingly, the valve coming out of the wall was making it impossible to remove the shower.
And then I got distracted making guesses about the odd panel on the ceiling. Maybe it's
Nothing.
a tunnel. Maybe it's a secret tunnel.
I doubt it. I think
Or
it's
it's just
under the attic.
attic access.
Turns out, as I discovered later, it seems like a really old skylight. But I don't understand how it worked because it's exposed in the attic. We'd like to keep it, but we'll need to build some kind of barricade around it so that no one steps on it when they're in the attic. But we'll get to that another day. And finally, a bit of success. I was able to move the shower panels off of the base, but just slightly.
Hot and cold. We can find a turn off, a valve, and we're good. These are fully charged.
So down the hall, through the little storage area that we're thinking of turning into a laundry room, through the big bathroom, and behind the door that leads to the ancient attic staircase are some valves.
Got two valves here. I don't know if that's them. That goes into the wall.
So what I learned is that the cold water has a valve by the back staircase. I can turn that off to hook up the cold water, no problem. But when I'm hooking up the hot water, I'll have to turn the water off for the whole house, install a cutoff valve, and then turn it back on. So we haven't done that yet, and the TARDIS is still parked where it was. I'll have to tackle that the next time I'm there.
In the meantime, we've been doing a lot of sourcing and planning from afar. The fancy bedroom needs a pretty little bathroom to go with it, right? We're ready to transform this space into une jolie petite salle de bain fleurie. I've got the whole bathroom designed. Here, let me show you. This is my vision. A light and airy, calming and rejuvenating little spot, making the best use of the limited space that we can while not overcrowding it, and creating a bathroom that has modern conveniences, but details that refer back to the past. We want this new room to be in harmony with the historic nature of the house. Let's take a closer look at the space and imagine the glow-up we're going to give her. First of all, we're going to remove all the wall tile and the wallpaper, trench the plumbing lines so they're no longer visible above the baseboards, paint the walls a very pale green, and repaint the baseboards in white so the walls will look super clean and fresh. Then we're going to replace the current vinyl flooring with new and improved vinyl flooring in this lovely floral pattern. We've chosen vinyl because it's easy to install, waterproof, and looks great. The original floor underneath is wood, and we want to protect that. We'll replace the bidet that's currently there with a toilet, because priorities, and swap out the sink for a vaguely 19th century looking one. We'll choose a toilet that has a streamlined but curvy design that coordinates well with the curvy lines and round legs of the sink. The TARDIS will ascend for good, and we'll replace it with an elegantly simple walk-in shower. We love these shower panels by Canado, and the fishscale tile look is so cool. These panels seem like they'll be a quicker and easier install than actual tiles. A minimal glass panel with a crossbar that attaches to the wall will keep the room light and open. We'll put a gold-framed mirror above the sink in an oval shape to provide interesting contrast with the rectangular sink. The fixture above the mirror will be something that provides really good light, like this dimmable LED beauty I found on Amazon. Bad mirror lighting is one of my biggest pet peeves in a bathroom. It's gotta be good. The taps, wall hooks, shelves, and other accessories will be in antique gold or brass to round out that old-fashioned look. I'll be on the hunt at secondhand stores for things that go nicely in this bathroom, namely a mirror and a small chandelier. I sourced this one on Amazon, and I think it's really cute with its delicate branches that relate to the florals on the floor, but I'm going to try to find a good one at a brocante or something and use it instead. To keep this tiny bathroom uncluttered, all of our extra things like clean towels, extra toilet paper, cleaning products, etc. can be kept in this small closet right outside the door. This large closet on the other side of the fireplace will be a great closet for guests to use. More old wallpaper. This one has a varnish on it that is yellowed over time, so it looks pretty ugly, but the geometric pattern is still really cool to see. We're really excited to get started on this bathroom. It'll be the first room we get to renovate. I'll be heading back to Bourgeoise in just 3 weeks and staying for a good long time. Patrick will be joining me there for part of the time, and this bathroom project will be one of our top priorities on this trip. What a dramatic change it will be. Obviously, this isn't a perfectly realistic rendering. The paint color will be a lot softer than it looks on your screen, and it will have the subtleties of light and shadow that a real room has. And these objects are kind of wonkily placed and not quite to scale, but hopefully you can use your imagination to fill in the gap.
So let us know what you think of our design for the space, and if you have any experience with these types of wall panels or vinyl flooring, give us your tips. À la prochaine!